Okay, so we are up to our final playtest for My Little Pony, where we will be doing some character leveling and then misbehaving in town as we see what happens next. Today at the table we have Paul. He'll be playing the Stormy Knight. Because it's been a while since Paul's been in the game, so he normally not used to introducing himself and his characters.
Yeah, and I'm taking over the Stormy Knight character, so I don't know the history of it.
Well, not much.
Right.
As most of the game has been focusing on how the mechanics work and how the play structure works, how tests work, and narrative and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we restarted after the first session because, well, we got so many things wrong in the first one, we decided to restart.
Right.
But hey, we recorded the restart as well as the original.
Oh, well, yeah. So, and I don't know how to play the game, so it'll be a learning experience for me.
It is all good. Also at the table-ish, we have Ariadna.
I'm playing Bubblegum. Which is not about coffee, as everyone seems to expect it is, but about being in the laboratory, learning to make potions to go with the spells, and getting the alchemical skills up to eventually work with Queen Celestia to create defense systems for protecting our precious land from the shadow creatures of the world.
Because you've met your first shade in the last storyline.
We did. It was very shady.
So they tried to befriend it, and the shady shade went away.
We killed it with kindness, literally.
It is amusing that any act of generosity, kindness, friendship, and all that sort of stuff actually physically harmed the spirit.
Right. Well.
Apparently, we were supposed to give it cuddles, not our friend, but giving our friend gifts was also effective. So we could have also cuddled it to death.
Yep.
We'll have to remember that for next time.
Pile on with the cuddles.
Really wanted
Lethal
to go
hugs.
for cuddling it to death.
Well, it was much better than the GM having to mention to the players when they were planning on tying a crocodile's mouth shut and then scaring it down the river. Was not necessarily an act of friendship, because it was the person who focuses on friendship was the one who was asking everyone to do that.
Yes.
No, I wasn't asking, thank you. You are perverting the facts here.
He is.
No.
No, you were just the one that did it.
No. I was
You came up with it.
knowledge of this is how you can potentially deal with it in a bad way.
Well,
Drop the bad way, but this is how you can potentially deal with the crocodile.
And until the GM brought up the whole, isn't your spirit of friendship the central theme of your character right before everyone implemented the let's beat up the crocodile?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You were
There was the like, please don't do that. That's not kind. It's like, oh, that's right. We're supposed to be like GPG.
We're not meant to hobo everything.
It was more of a case of Featherfall was teaching the rest of the ponies that even though it may seem like a non-aggressive, non-hostile way to deal with the crocodiles, it was in fact not a kind thing to do, and what we shouldn't do when dealing with crocodiles, especially when they've been sleepy and they're merely grumpy for being woken up.
And so some of the comments...
So it was a cranky dial.
Yeah.
So it was, get off my damn river! Literally.
And
You know, he didn't have a lawn, he had a river.
Yep.
Paul's already bringing the puns.
Yes.
And it was called a crocodile.
Crocodile.
Yes.
A cranky dial.
The cranky crocodile.
Worked perfectly.
Cantankerous cranky
He was cantankerous.
crocodile.
So online today, we have M.
Oh, excuse me while I get my mic down. Hi. I am playing Featherfall, and as previously mentioned, the kindness and happiness care of the group. Who totally, who totally wasn't trying to like BDSM the crocodile.
Now, that bronies does involve a certain kink aspect to the community, but it's a very small part. And not the audience we're going
not
for.
the point of these family-friendly games where it was supposed to be
Yeah.
not going there. It's not going there.
Very hard
Yeah.
to be PG when you start becoming the murder hobos.
And yet you brought it there anyway.
It's very hard to be PG when you play other campaigns that are definitely not PG.
Well, it had been a while since you'd played the Pathfinder. Horror is the theme. Anything goes. Adult themes are plentiful.
You mean goblins murder death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just goblins. Remember, there was quite a lot of
our
child
games
stuff.
are also murder death right now.
That's why the GM needed a break and brought My Little Ponies in.
Yeah. This is why I don't know about anyone else, but this particular player is finding very difficult to be Sunshine Rainbows.
Well, when you get used to one style of play, it can make it pretty hard.
Sure.
Next.
I'm trying to not go full murder on some of my other games. Costumes of cough. Or cough ball.
Well, just because you and Josh are having a kill count to see who can murder the most innocent children.
I was going to say, did you actually introduce Featherfall in all of this?
No, yeah. Oh, she did say Featherfall's name and then went sidetracked.
I started, okay. I said I'm the caring, lovable, friendship is awesome, pony. Apparently.
But then we diverged into just how much hoboing is happening in some of the other
I
groups.
was going to say, because you're one of the Pegasi, aren't you?
I am another Pegasi. I can do the flies, and I'm very good at it. And because I'm so kind and I always leap into being very helpful, that can cause problems when I get ambushed and I get surprised and shock horror Pikachu face.
Best intention is road to
So Featherfall has the drawback that if there is an ambush, they're the ones targeted.
Right.
Which is why everyone else is going, yes, of course we're travelling with Featherfall. Okay, so also online today we have Josh, who's hopefully not about to eat. Or in the middle of eating.
No, I'm just living.
Got in early for a change.
I know, right? Hi, I'm Josh. I play Diddy Riffs, the G version of the bard of the group. So there is no seduction here at all. Just awesome music, and I hope everyone enjoys the festivities to come.
Yes, there will
I
be
mean, you
interest
really
in this.
wowed your fans in the last couple of episodes, so.
Oh yeah.
He did some amazing rolls.
Yeah, natural 20s, I think.
So part of this has, if you roll a 1 on the d20, that's considered a critical fail. If you roll an actual 20 or the maximum on the other dice except for the d2, it's also considered a critical hit. So the fact that you can roll a d20 and 3d6, you have 4 chances of getting a critical hit in that roll.
Nice.
And when you roll a 3d6 in the d20, you add all those together. It's not you get the best, you add them all. So it is quite possible to score stupidly high rolls, as well as abysmal failures.
Yeah.
So the person with the 3d6 who rolls a total of 4, it's possible. We had quite a few par 10s. Okay, so we have introduced everyone. We have 2 unable to make it tonight, so their ponies will be corralled for the night.
I was going to say, I still kind of feel the need to ask what's for dinner, since Josh was certain.
Pie? What sort of pie? Chicken pie.
Hello, I play the pony Glue.
It's supposed to be friendship, sunshine, and rainbows, not reality, life, and.
I'm just
blue
talking
pony.
about arts and craft. I don't know where you're going with it.
And what the pony is normally sniffing.
Yeah.
No.
To see the sunshines and rainbows.
Nay,
That explains a lot.
we don't have those problems in Celestia.
Okay, so I am going to walk people through how to actually update their character to.
Writing letters.
Do you need a pencil?
No.
You have all the pencils?
Yes.
Okay,
And all the
so
dice.
first up on the chart will be Bubble Brew, who is the pony of loyalty.
Yes.
So I'll come to Paul last, so Paul has a chance to actually see what everyone else is doing. So it will hopefully make sense to him by the time we get there. Okay, so Spirit of Loyalty. Do you guys online still have access to the small PDF thingy?
Yes, we do.
All good. Because it is handy to actually have the rule book, which Shadow found for us, because not always easy to get. So what happens when you level your character up? For Ariadna, she gets her gold ability upgraded.
My gold ability.
So that means if we look at Bubble Brew, her gold ability is strength.
GOLD?
So each of your 4 attributes also has a metal color going with it.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Where do you...
It's not on that part of the sheet, it's in the back of the book, which makes it even harder to put things together,
Yeah.
because you would expect that to have something put on there.
So my gold ability was strength.
Is strength. Your smarts is diamond.
Okay, jeez, I'm just trying to find all of these.
Smarts is the 3rd column.
Okay, yeah, smarts is diamond.
Speed, which is the 2nd column, is bronze.
Yeah.
And social becomes silver.
Really? I thought a friendship game, social would be gold.
Well, this is where everyone can choose their own build when they build a character, and everyone can be built off the same model and still be different. So what happens when you gain 2nd level? It's making sure I go through how it levels up properly. I've read it a couple of times, but I'm still so used to D&D that it is hard to keep it in track.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gain 1 point to your strength, making it strength of 6.
Yeah.
Which is not bad for you. And the bonus you get from that is you can then add a dice to any of your a pip to any of your skills.
Athletics.
So athletics has got D2 already. You can update it to a D4.
Yeah.
You can put it into brawn. You can put it into condition. You can put it into intimidation. You can put it into might.
What is conditioning?
Conditioning is hit points. It's
Huh?
purely hit points. You can give yourself more hit points.
So where our health is 2, this would add to that. Is that correct?
Your health is 2. It would give you a health of 3.
Yeah. Well, I might do that since I remember you making a comment at one point that
it can be quite easy to one-shot a pony.
Yeah.
The other thing you can also put it into is magic, but because magic is so complicated, I was going to suggest avoiding that at this stage for you.
Oh, okay. I might have done that, but
You can put it into magic. If you put it into magic, that will put you up to a D8 in magic, and you'll be able to learn another spell.
Well, yeah, I thought because the magic is so costly, that might be advisable.
Yes. For you, you can spend any of your points on magic if other ponies don't have magic, so they can't do that.
Okay, so that would put my magic up
To D8. So D12 is the maximum you can increase a skill to, but every time you aid someone, you bump it up to the next level.
Right.
And if you have 3 people aiding someone, you can literally bump it up 3 levels.
Does magic costs to
Depends on the
points
spell.
of die?
Each spell has a different cost associated with it.
Yeah, but most of it is a minimum of 2.
Well,
So-
healing bandage is 3.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna lose points just to even start to cast a spell, I need to have the points to lose. Alrighty.
Okay, so
So that's strength.
you also have the ability called Stand By Me.
I thought that's a song.
Literally, I'm sure half the stuff here are songs. So if you're standing next to a friend, they get +1 to their defense just because you're standing next to them.
So is that on this sheet or is that
No,
another off sheet?
That is something that would go in, where is it? Trying to figure out where it would sit.
Hmm.
I believe it would fall under perks, maybe?
Okay. So I have stand by me.
Yep. +1 defense to friends. And that is technically leveling up 1 pony.
Right.
So we'll move over, and which ones are available, Em or Josh, at this stage? Who wants to do theirs next?
Depends on who's eating.
I will, because I'm not currently eating.
That's why I thought I would put it out there without saying, am I interrupting your food again?
It would be very funny if we were both eating.
That would have been very funny. And you are Spirit of Generosity.
Mm-hmm.
So just so Paul knows what the different things are, there is the Spirit of Generosity, Spirit of Honesty, Spirit of Kindness, Spirit of Laughter, Spirit of Loyalty, and Spirit of Magic.
Right.
But magic is all about friendship.
Because friendship is magic.
Yep.
And magic is a heresy.
And for
Exterminatus.
that, you and your friends all get burnt at the stake because you're friends.
Okay, it is very much along those lines sometimes. Okay, so with Ditty riffs, so Ditty is the one with a guitar on her butt, his butt. His gold is also strength,
Yep.
and your gold increases by 1,
So we get 5 strength.
so you're now up to 5 strength.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to choose one of your strength abilities to increase.
Yeah.
Noting down that athletics, brawn, intimidation, and might all have skills, whereas conditioning is hit points. And amusingly, the pony has 3 health compared to other ponies, so not exactly sure how they calculate all the health out. It might be based on what type of pony they are. So Pegasus might get 1 less than a earth pony.
It could be also classist. I noticed that Ditty is one of the most affluent, wealthy ponies. So more money you have, just like in real life, the better access to nutrition and healthcare equals a healthier pony.
Okay, so to help with the discussion on money to burn, Ditty's second level ability is called Bits to Spare. So whenever you do a wealth check to buy something, you have edge, which means advantage.
Yay.
But that's only when buying it for friends, not for yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's always about friendship. It's like, I have to buy a gift and then I get advantage.
Yep.
And because I'm such a friend, I'll give it back to you.
If you buy it for me, I can gift it to you.
And because the character is stupidly wealthy, there's not very many things in the game it can't afford.
Yeah.
Which is funny. And I believe that is your character actually leveled up.
Yeah, there's not a lot to update in here.
No.
It's a two-step process.
And
Minus the fact I didn't say what I wanted to update in skills.
what did you want to update? I thought I'd leave it with you and let you pick.
I was gonna go athletics.
Yep. So that means you're up to a D4 in athletics.
Yay.
Yeah, they all come out in the wash eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar in how they work out. And amusingly, Featherfall became the first pony in the list of character sheets, even though in the back of the book it's alphabetical.
Right.
They could sort of chopped it up in in the PDFs looking through the characters.
Right.
So obviously it was the most liked of the group. Okay, so that brings us to M and Featherfall.
Hello.
And Featherfall is the spirit of kindness. Looking at kindness. I'm sure we have it here. Okay, so you will also be increasing gold. And just like the other three ponies before you, your strength is your gold attribute.
So it goes from 3 to 4.
Goes from 3 to 4.
I'm surprised it's not speed or social because that's the two highest stats, but that's okay, right?
That is actually amusing, to be honest. I'm sure there is a method to their weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure speed got some boosts because you're Pegasus.
Probably.
So you get to choose the same as Josh: athletics, brawn, might, or intimidation, or extra hit points so you don't die easily. Not that there's much combat in My Little Pony.
Yeah, probably go. Mother Born, actually.
Yep. So you can move more things around. Always handy to have that available to you. Now, the ability that our kindness guru gets is cure them with kindness. Like the mouse who helped the manticore by pulling a thorn from its paw, understanding other creatures' pain helps you heal them. At second level, you can use your empathy skill to heal damage and remove conditions from a friend in the same way as using science medicine, as detailed in the later things. So, if we look at your social, I think empathy falls under a sub thing. Not exactly sure how to get you sub things, but we'll find that bit out later.
Okay, right?
Yeah, well, they're supposed to have sub things on some of the characters, so let me see. Your persuasion it does have understanding on there. Oh yeah, your empathy is your thing, so alertness, animal handling, or persuasion. Though, actual playtesting, I let them choose all three.
Right.
Because it got you a choice of finding out how it worked instead of I picked the wrong one and I can't use it in the story.
Yeah.
So that means that you are technically updated with everything you need to do to build your character. Which then brings us across to Stormy Night, who I think is the last one on the sheet.
Yeah.
Stormy Night is... Let's make sure I have the reference points. So Stormy Night is different to all the others.
Just had to be.
This has to be different. And as it is laughter. Okay, so for Stormy, your social is your gold.
Yep.
So that means that your social increases by 1.
So 4 becomes 5.
And that means that you can increase one of your social skills. So you could technically make performance D6 if you wish to say, I am the best performer out here.
Yep, I'll do that.
And when you tell a story in performing, it becomes a D8 because that's your sub skill.
Yep.
Because everything's about increasing the dice you can roll.
Yeah.
And then you have other abilities that allow you to increase it even further. You're almost to the point you might be able to auto succeed on a performance skill.
Right.
No matter what the difficulty number is. It could be a stupidly high difficulty number and you go auto success. And the next step above that is I crit that thing.
Alright. So
Okay.
storytelling is now at D6.
So the ability you get at this point is comedy is laugh tactic. Comedy of a serious business. Luckily your laugh tactics are laugh-tastic. At second level you choose one of the laugh tactics listed below and you gain another one at various things. So you can have acting, which gives you a cheer point to use in performance. Clever mind, which gives you a cheer point to use in cleverness. Comedy is hard, which gives you health. Consummate performer is you can roll a performance skill to recover cheer. Horsing around, you can spend 1 cheer to move as a free action. Rotten tomatoes, you're used to avoiding incoming projectiles. Use as a move action, spend any amount of cheer to increase both your toughness and evasion defense for the rest of the round. Send in the clown, you can use performance for initiative tests. And side splitter, as a standard action you can make a performance check against the target's willpower or cleverness. On a success you deal 1 damage. So funny it's scary, you can use performance in place of intimidation, which almost suits your character.
Yeah.
The best medicine, you can use performance in place of science skill to heal damage.
I've already got pretty good intimidation. D6 already.
Tough crowd, you've learned inner strength. And the first time you make a joke and no one's laughed, as a move action you can spend any amount of cheer points from your current pool to gain an equal increase in both your willpower and cleverness defense for the rest of the scene. And universal languages, you can use your laugh tactic ability on creatures who don't understand your language. So there's just this huge pile of different things in there, and I'll let you actually have a look at it, so it's not a surprise for you, but I thought I'd read it aloud so other people got some idea of what it
Yeah,
was.
so the camera's set.
And while you're looking that up, I will bring up my extra content, because I did think ahead and found a few things out. Because they had a extra content available from the website, so I have encounters in Ponyville. Roll a d20 and have random stuff happening to make life fun. So last session we did have you all manage to, you went from finding out that there was a parade in town to joining the group of helpers getting the parade ready, to manning the parade, to then having to deal with a storm rocking up and messing up the parade, to then chasing down the people who caused the storm, to fighting a nightmare shade, and then returning to town to find that in your absence the other ponies had cleaned it up.
Which is kind of yay, because we got straight to the eating celebration part away from the non-eating cleaning up part.
So there are many things involved in all that sort of stuff. And as they are back in town, which one did you end up going with?
Acting. So where do I put that in performance?
Just right. It would probably go on one of the other pages.
Oh, yeah.
Where you got general perks.
Acting.
Yep. So you can use it instead of persuasion, deception, or infiltration involving disguises. You are a consummate performer.
Yep.
I also have a section on Ponyville in here, which will make it easier to actually run where you are. I do love the names of locations. You have Appalachia, Applewood, Canterlot, which is where you currently are, Cloudsdale, Crystal Empire, Everfree Forest, Philadelphia, Frozen North, Las Pegasus, Manhattan, Ponyville. I think that's right, you're actually at Ponyville at the moment. Rainbow Falls, Seaward Showers, Winneapolis, Van Hoover, and that's all the main areas that they tell you about. So, currently it is the day after the festival where all these bad things happened, and you meet up hoping to catch up with Aurora Glow, who has wandered off to write up about the events as part of being the investigative journalist.
Right.
And apparently Gilly has gone off as well, because, well, Gilly being Gilly, hard to keep her on track. And you have a be back soon note posted on the front of her door.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, doesn't actually say where she's gone or how long is soon.
Yeah.
What is time for the parody in this game?
Everything is as fast as plot.
No.
Fastest plot wins.
Yes, everything travels at the speed of plot. Or with ponies, it's probably the speed of clop.
Yep. Speed of clock.
Clop.
Yeah.
The clop.
We're not going to go with the Aussie flip flop.
No.
Okay, so with a note saying that the peaceful town of Ponyville is generally calm and civilized place, but things tend to just happen, especially when players are around. So they have a table of variety of encounters that they can throw into the story to really mess things up, as the case may be. And we can have a randomness occurs, or players can actually seek to do something that they would like to do because they have been encountering the main six, or they can deal with the fallout of random encounter. So,
I like the sound of random encounter,
so the random encounter that has rolled up for you is an earthquake shakes the town. So while you're standing there looking at the note, it falls off the door due to everything starting to shake.
Okay.
And you can hear the sound of bricks starting to shake loose. That sound of houses grumbling in the earthquake. And many a neigh as the town is woken up at a start. For those non-early risers.
Yep.
well, first of all, we'll crack into action and make sure that ponies aren't sort of stuck in their houses and they're not having stuff fall on them and just generally get them in a safer spot than next to their bedside table. That's gonna fall.
Well, looking around, you might have to go to help out either Ponyville General Hospital and make sure there's no pony stuck in the care ward, or Ponyville Schoolhouse so no little fillies or foals are caught in the schoolhouse if something goes wrong. There shouldn't be anyone in the theatre at this stage. You could always travel to the Castle of Friendship to poke the main six into action. Most of the other places around town generally aren't in danger except for personal residences, as people tend to build things in the oddest of places in earthquake-prone cities, like right over the fault line. Now, why would you build it there multiple times? Because insurance lets me do so.
Yep. I will say, oh no, the hospital, and gallop off or fly off.
Okay. So if you were to gallop off, you would be quite slow.
Yeah, that's why I corrected myself and said fly off, because I am much faster in aerial.
So you're just as fast as the other ponies are at running if you're flying.
Everyone fly, yeah.
Not
Otherwise
a
I'm
fast pony.
slow, apparently.
Not built for speed.
Yeah.
So, as you choose to do that, what are the other ponies doing?
I suppose I'll join. Yep.
Okay, so
Proceed.
Stormy Night storms off into the distance.
Yeah, into the dawn, isn't it?
Heads off into the dawn to reach the hospital.
Yeah.
How about Bubble, Brew, and Titi Riffs?
Trying to remember all the choices. There are a lot of things.
Yeah.
I remember there was a castle.
There is a castle where you can find the main six.
I think I'll go for the castle.
Storm the castle, storm.
Yeah.
Have fun, storm the castle.
First storm the castle to the rise of the Valkyries. So maybe it is. Yep.
I believe it's unicorn season.
Yeah. So yeah, storm. Depending on what the rest of the group want to do.
Okay, so you're cantering off to the castle.
Yes.
And then we have Stormy Riffs. What is Stormy Riffs doing? You have
Stormy Nights.
Stormy Titty Riffs. What is Titty Riffs doing now that you've sent the group in two different directions? Which way is Stormy?
Oh.
Third direction. Third direction.
Sorry, which direction was
Hospital.
You were going to the hospital first.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably actually accompany my friend to the hospital.
Okay. Well, then it's up to Diddy. Is Diddy going to split the party and go in a different direction?
We can go to the castle after the hospital, right?
You can. There are many options.
Well, I figured that they would have guards and that to be able to alert them of any happenings like this, so would be access to that.
Well, they'd feel it because they would be in range of the
Yeah.
earthquake.
Yeah.
But hey, there's always space for a helpful pony to tell them the obvious.
But it was too early for the school because they wouldn't be at school this early in the morning.
Unless they're the early risers and gets their untimed teacher's pay. Which would have
So you
fitted
mean
quite
every
well.
pony in Ponyville, right?
Not every pony. Pinkie Pie would definitely have not been the teacher's pay. Would always have been the last one to enter. First one to leave. So what does Ditty Riff choose to do?
I thought we were all storming the castle.
Well, no, I didn't realise it didn't click because I processed so slowly that Stormy was going to the hospital. And because I'm all about friendship and support my friends, if my friend was going to the hospital, I'd accompany her to the hospital.
Yes. Friends. Friends do friendly things and sign get well cards for other friends.
That's kind of where we're at.
You bring your sweet music to the hospital.
Yeah, healing songs.
Exactly.
You shall heal through songs and stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
Also known as crappy covers and off-tune things so we don't get copyrighted. Yay!
Well, as long as we're not playing the tracks, you can actually sing things as long as you're doing it yourself.
As long as we sing it badly, you mean?
Yeah, that is an important point. Does that mean Diddy's going to the castle?
And you don't do more than half a bar of the music.
Well, you can't play 30 seconds of copyrighted material, but you can perform the entire song yourself and still get it okayed.
Yeah.
So is Diddy going to the hospital and signing get well cards? I think that's what Diddy was saying.
Okay, so you are racing along to the hospital.
Is Featherfall doing the same thing?
Featherfall had stated first that they were going to the hospital.
Yeah.
You can hear the sounds of buildings dropping bricks and the sound of the hay roofs and the tiled roofs sliding.
That's high on the Richter scale then.
Well, its suggestion is many ponies need help to escape falling masonry and possibly their own homes if they collapse.
Oh wow.
So as a earthquakes are quite devastating, especially when constructed by people who don't actually have access to proper tools.
I suppose if there's a collapsed building along the way or people that need help, we should stop and help, do you think?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so as you're traveling, that would be a perception roll for your characters. I believe there is a perception skill.
Just not very easy to spot on.
Alertness, isn't it?
Yeah, is it alertness?
Performance, deception, handling.
It looks like it is.
We've got smart.
I believe it is alertness.
Yep.
Yeah, so I get a D20 and a D6.
Yeah, I haven't got numbers here for essence, perks, and armour.
I believe they are extras you can add.
Ah, right.
So from Stormy's perspective, you have alertness of D4.
Yep.
And nothing else seems to add to it for you, so you're pretty easy to go on that one.
So I roll D20 plus D12, D4.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can roll a D20 and a D6, Martin.
I got 7 and 3, 10.
You got a 10, and Bubble Brew got 18.
Wow.
I rolled a 1 on the 6. D6. And what did our Featherfall and Diddy Riffs get?
I got a nat 20 and +1, so 21.
Really nicely done.
First roll with a rip from my favourite die.
was going to say, favourite dice?
Yep.
Well, it's good to get it all used up before you get back to Pathfinder.
Yep.
No, I know, right? I know, right? It initially didn't like My Little Pony. Like, the first 2 weeks of playing My Little Pony, my favourite dice was just like, no. What do you mean magic and kindness? No. It rolled, I think, 2 ones in the session last week. For the first time, it hasn't rolled a 1 in like 6 months.
Yep. That's how it responds to sunshine and rainbows.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, you mean caring and sharing and love and affection, sure.
Okay, so how about our Diddy Riffs? How did Diddy Riffs go? It is possible to beat a critical success value, but not get a critical success.
Do you want me to? I've got the PDF open. Do you want me to? It's hopeless.
Because it is amusing to see how some of the abilities work together.
It was a D4.
Because if people were doing the Aurora Glow upgrades all alertness. Because that's their cutie mark. He's all about alertness.
Yep.
The one guy who ambush prone is rolling that.
Well, you want to do well.
Yeah.
You were ambushed by an earthquake.
We'll make that 2 nat 20s.
Yes, by the fastest pony here tonight, Ditty Riffs, being the Earth pony, is able to move 1.5 the distance of every other pony.
I'm Earth pony as well.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But you move about 30 feet, I believe.
45.
Oh, no, you move the same as Ditty Riffs.
Yep.
That's actually quite good. Because the Pegasus moves at 30. And I believe that...
Don't I move at 45?
Do you?
Yes.
Well, you do move at 45.
It's the other Pegasus that
Yes.
30.
And Bubble Brew moves... So Bubble Brew is the slow one moving at 30.
Are we the fastest, or is there someone abnormal?
And Aurora Glow is 30 on the ground and 30 in the air.
So yeah, D-Riff's got 22 with the 20
Mm-hmm.
involved.
So yes, both Ditty and Featherfall notice that Pinkie Pie is being completely covered by baked goods as old stuff is rolling out of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Pinkie is drowning in cupcakes.
Well, she does have that history with cupcakes.
It's not like the cupcake kind of exploded last session, right?
I've arrived just in time.
Uh,
Just in time to help you.
I believe a pony tried to help set up Pinkie's thing, got a critical fail. And then tried to perform on top of Pinkie's float and got a critical fail. The only 2 critical fails of that storyline were to do with Pinkie Pie's cupcake cannon. There were cupcakes everywhere, frosting, where no pony can reach it.
Jam filling.
Cupcakes just out of the height of all pop flyers.
Combat stones.
Well, the idea was to shoot it into ponies' mouths.
Load the rock cakes into the trebuchet.
You sure not the flaming baked Alaska? It's flying through the air! Oh crap, it's still burning.
Pinkie Pie's one of the main 6,
Yep.
so probably a good idea to help rescue her.
Okay. So you divert your path to the hospital to do a side trip over to Pinkie Pie and the pile of cupcakes that seem to still be rolling out of the shop. As apparently all the shelves came down and forced the entire baked goods section to come out.
Call out and ask if she's alright.
You hear a glub 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 under the pile of cupcakes.
Alright.
Buried alive by cupcakes.
If you're going to go off that way.
So, how do you suggest saving Pinkie Pie?
Anyone hungry?
Yeah, I was about to say, do we eat all the cupcakes or what?
Haven't had breakfast yet.
Well, it's very much like the Fairy Floss Ghost in Scooby-Doo movie.
I don't remember that.
They had that in Scooby-Doo too.
Alright.
Trying to scare them, and it's like, Fairy Floss? Really? And then it's the one ghost that I'm afraid of.
Yeah. Help dig him out.
Okay, so digging them out or eating them out?
Little column A, little column B. I mean, we're digging him out, we may as well enjoy ourselves doing it.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to make that a athletics check to see just how well each of you are able to eat your way through the pile of cupcakes. Because it really does need conditioning to get through that many cupcakes.
Well, and we're going to help each other, of course.
You can help each other, so you can choose to help someone to give them a upgrade as your action.
Because I've got nothing in athletics. So I may as well help someone. That's probably going to be a much better use of my time.
Okay, just trying to do the... where is the skills? Is there a nice little explanation of some of the actions you can do? As long as I find the right spot. Using skills. Yeah, that was what I was hoping for the GM screen, because it had things on making it easy to use stuff. Making and using tests, that was the nice thing to do. Modifiers. Nope, that wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure it'll be somewhere else. Because having all the actions you can do is always handy to have on hand. I still haven't got used to how the book's laid out, so I find half the stuff and then lose it not long afterwards.
Yeah.
The index is okay. I can find general topics, but not specific things. Okay, so I will make. So you roll your athletics. Other people can roll their athletics as well. We'll just quickly look up other things that can help.
So I've got no dice for athletics.
So that means you just roll a d20.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so I'm probably going to say that with that you'll probably bit off more than you can chew.
Yeah. The cupcake's too big.
So yeah, the standard actions you can do are attack, contingency, defend, hide, lend assistance, sprint, or use a non-combat skill.
So a shelf that was about to fall down falls down on top of me, half burying me in the cupcakes.
Okay,
as well.
so you find yourself buried in the cupcakes.
Yep.
Slipping in underneath the pile of cupcakes like falling in quicksand. Quick cakes as it is.
Yep.
Okay, so what does our other ponies do, seeing our Stormy Knight fall to the same temptation of Pinkie Pie and disappearing under the wave of cupcakes?
Is there any way
Cupcakes
to do
and,
like an aerial rescue and like pluck them out, or maybe get some help from our telekinesis friend?
I'm gonna have
Like, we
to.
have-
I'm gonna have to say that's gonna have to be an athletics check because they are buried under cupcakes and you can't pull them out as the cupcakes keep piling up. You got to be
Yeah,
able to see them to move them.
I mean, sure, I could do athletics. Should have upped my athletics instead of my brawn, but that's okay, right?
Okay, so Featherfall starts trying to get through the cupcakes with everyone else.
16 plus 2, so that will be...
Though technically you can activate your cutie mark because your cutie mark is about helping those in need. There's definitely 2 people in need right now.
Yes, and I'm one of them.
So it means you can roll a d4 instead of a d2.
Oh, no, the D4. Well, I had already rolled technically a D4 as my D4.
Well, that helps.
So, it rolled a 4, so yes, it helps. So 16 plus 4, which is a non-natural 20.
But it still becomes a critical success because you got maximum on the d4.
Cool.
Which does make it amusing that the higher skill checks that give you like a d12 is not as easy to crit as a d4.
Yeah.
So it moves the crits, makes it very swingy.
Yeah.
They had also stated that maybe just on the d20 or on all the dice. So have to get it at 20 on the 20 and a maximum on the skill dice. But that's even harder to get.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 3 dice. So making it percentage-wise easier to crit is very hard to do.
Yeah.
So yes, you managed to successfully grab hold of which pony?
Ooh, let's I'll roll my D2 and my D4 as D2.
You mean you're not going to help your friend first?
Well, they're both my friends, so you know it's sort of hard to choose. That I guess even will be Paul and
Pinkie Pie's been in there longer than me, so.
No, I'm sure Pinkie Pie will accidentally fall back in again quite often.
So I rolled a 2, so I rolled an even, so it's Paul.
Okay, so yes, you've managed to get Stormy's head above the wave of cupcakes.
Covered in icing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely frosted up.
Yep.
And what is Diddy Riff doing?
I now have frosted tips.
Hello, Josh.
I am here.
You are? So what is Diddy Riff doing?
So... What were we doing again?
Watching your fellow ponies die under a pile of cupcakes.
Oh, we better help them.
We've got to eat ourselves out.
I'm going to try and attempt to pull the friends out of the pastries.
Well, you got to find it first, so it would be an athletics check for you to get down.
I'm going to start digging for the friends in the pastries.
Because one friend has been found, the other one's still buried. So that would be your athletics.
My athletics.
Unfortunately, you don't get to update it using your other abilities, as you're mainly a social pony.
I have got a 15.
Okay, so you're munching away, getting through, and you manage to find Pinkie Pie amongst it all.
Yay!
And
I found a friend.
And then we're up to seeing what our unicorn is up to doing, as it's now Bubble Brew's go.
I'll use telekinesis to see if I can move the cupcakes to a more edible place to
Shove them in our mouth.
choke you all. We didn't go there, that would be far too dark. And then they died on cupcakes. That's not such a scary, funny story to tell.
It'd be too cruller for this game.
It's a
Be a
crummy
bit
joke,
crummy,
but
yeah.
somebody had to say it.
And it's all soft on the top, and
When I fell, I should have said, "Don't!"
Telekinesis.
yes, you can use telekinesis. And for Bubble Brew doing telekinesis, for you, I believe it is alertness is your telekinesis skill. So you get to roll a d6.
My d20, please.
Mhm.
You can roll that.
I can do that for you. Calcrix is observing, and Calcrix is not happy.
What did you roll?
An 8.
Adorable? Wow. My telekinesis is nothing.
You keep grabbing cupcakes.
Yeah, no, I'm too busy eating the cupcakes And yeah, I'm not concentrating too well.
Okay, so now you have.
I need to get Paul to roll for me next time instead of the DM.
Hey, no, I got a critical fail and pulled out a load-bearing cupcake.
Yeah.
Now we're up to Stormy Knight, who's just had the head pulled above the pile of falling cupcakes. Featherfall is helping you. What would you like to do? Bury yourself again under the cupcakes?
And Pinkie Pie's being
Rescued by Ditty.
Yeah, I'll help get myself out.
Okay, so that will be a might roll for you,
Might.
as you also have no bonuses to that one.
Come on, one. No, it's an 8.
Today. Okay, apparently these cupcakes are too much for you, and you're unable to move yourself through it.
You start eating them as well, thinking this might be a valid way of unburying people.
Apparently you're in a jam at the moment as you've squished a couple of jam cupcakes.
I don't have the strength.
Okay, so we have then Featherfall, who's trying to pull you out of it. Featherfall gets to make a, what would you like, a brawn or a might roll to lift Stormy Knight out of the cupcakes?
Brawn?
Okay, give me a brawn roll as you get your wings flapping in high gear.
Yeah. Gotta flap quickly.
Oh, miss on you.
Again a 16 plus 3. So that
19.
is 19.
Okay, you managed to help Stormy get back to her feet. Realizing that the cupcakes only really do come up to just below the knees of the pony. It's an actual hard effort to actually fall underneath the actual cupcakes.
Unless you're buried by a rock cake cascade.
And what's Ditty? Is Ditty going to help Pinkie Pie get up?
Yeah, Diddy is going to help Pinkie Pie get out.
So that would either be a brawn or a might roll for our Ditty riffs.
I will go a might roll, because that's also D4.
And unlike Batman, you can't throw money at it to solve it. Though it might be Batman.
That is 20.
Okay, yes, you have no problems getting Pinkie Pie up. Pinkie has that look of, oh, but that was fun.
Robin eventually becomes Nightmare.
And so yes, the danger has passed with you saving the ponies from the outside of the thing. There's this small pile of cupcakes with the ponies playing in it. But of course, there was a major threat, and you had to save the Pinkie Pie from drowning.
Yep.
Drowning in cupcakes is actually a nasty way to go.
Depends. There's lots of sparkles and cream.
We were helping our friend from the catastrophe that was about to happen.
See, now Paul's made it a challenge for you all to come up with the puns. You're raising
And
the
I'm sorry, not sorry.
Some say we rose to the occasion.
We were bred for it.
Yeah.
He's topped you again. You're gonna have to try harder.
She was in such a jam that we had to help her.
It was the yeast we could do.
Such a sticky situation.
Alright, sorry. Didn't mean to distract people with
And Pinkie Pie is happy that you managed to bring the sugar and get her out of her jam.
Come on, guys. Stop loafing around.
There we go.
And you get a big hug from Pinkie Pie for your joke.
Yes.
She approves.
Yes.
And you find yourself covered in jam.
Yep.
As Pinkie Pie is now trying to eat the evidence.
You know.
Well, there's all these cupcakes on the ground, and well, it'd be a waste to let them get too dirty. There's the 5-year rule, right? She says.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow I think the 5-year-old doesn't capture the essence of the 10-second rule.
10 seconds? That's just not enough time.
That's the time it takes to eat it. If everything's all right here, we can continue on to the hospital.
Okay, you canter off to the hospital after saving your friend in need. I should remember to stick bits in here to remind me where everything is.
Shouldn't that be a vet? Not the hospital?
Well, they do call it Ponyville General Hospital.
Yeah.
Because they have doctors and nurses, not vets. And it is Dr. Horse and Nurse Redheart.
Dr. Horse and Nurse what?
Redheart.
Redheart. Okay, these don't sound like typical magical pony names, but okay.
Okay. Well, some of them are very un-pony-like, and some of them are complete puns.
I think it should be Nurse Pony.
It could be. It could be anything. Nurse Pony might be her first name.
Is it hospital or hospital?
Should be hospital.
It should be hospital.
I don't know why they didn't do that. They're all on the big main 6, etc. But they didn't use hospital? Come on.
Well, they have Sugar Cube Corner as one of the places you can go to. But that's the only one that seems to be... well, they do have Carousel Bouquet.
It feels like they've dropped their game there, doesn't it?
So some of them seem to be so normal and some of them just seem to be out there. So yes, you can make your way to get to the hospital at this point. And you canter over to the hospital and you can see that they are looking very distressed at this stage. Seems that in all the confusion, all the medicine bottles broke.
I asked, is there anything we can do to help?
Maybe mix up a new batch of medicine.
Oh, that sounds like a bubble brew, Joel.
Bubble brews here, they say. Yes, we need that that healing elixir you like to make.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping, because last time I tried to do something that it seemed natural for someone who makes potions to be able to do. Apparently I had no skills to do it with.
I did read up on it. It's all built on spellcasting. So it doesn't lose dice for you to do it, because it's not casting a spell.
What would I do in terms of making a potion?
Well, you'd be enlisting all the other ponies to get you the ingredients.
I would.
And just simply make out what ingredients they have to get and task them.
I'm gonna send Stormy. I need happy laughter tears from baby ponies. No, I'm not gonna make it that hard. I'm gonna kind
The
of.
tears of drowning ponies.
No, I suppose to happy laughter tears from baby ponies.
I was just thinking of how Stormy Knight would get it.
In the idea of baby ponies, you've made laugh so hard that they cry. But I'm not, as I said, not going to go that hard. I need sugar for the frosting, and so that because a little bit of sugar helps the medicine go down a lot better. And then I need the actual medicine ingredients. So
The other white powder.
yeah, well, heroin and cocaine were common ingredients.
They were in bold medicines, yes, definitely.
Medicines,
Yeah.
but this is supposed to be PG. Although there is one way to put rainbows and sunshine into a patient's world, and that's give them a shot of cocaine.
And a little bit of hallucinogen in there as well.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are part of it, the magic ones.
Just make sure it's not the death caps.
Yeah.
How can you tell? Why didn't see?
So I'll send Diddy off to get some herbs that are actually good for making healing and medicine, and I'll send Featherfall to get me some. So the herbs can probably be gotten from the hospital.
Well, leave it up to the player to figure out what they're going to get, where they're going to get it from.
Okay.
So they've got something to figure out.
Okay. Well, I just assume they have a garden, but maybe not. Sorry, and I need diluted water to mix in. It can't just be plain old tap water.
Diluted water. What
Not
do we dilute it with?
water. What's
Water.
What's that water that's had all the stuff taken out of it that they use?
Filtered
water.
Yeah.
Purified.
Purified water.
So who you sending that off with?
Featherfall. Get the purified water.
And what is it that Stormy's getting again? The sugar?
The medicinal. I'm gonna call it kind of like, you know how they have the extra fine sugar? I can't remember what it's called.
It's okay.
Icing sugar.
No, there's another type.
Well, how are you going to ask Stormy to get the sugar?
I've got an idea.
Well, how is she going to... This is giving her a chance to roleplay.
Oh, you said Stormy. But no.
Yeah, so how is... I said how is
So
Bubble
I
going to ask Stormy to get it?
I thought I kind of was like, hey, I need these ingredients. So
Feel free to throw as many puns as you like in there.
I'm not on the ball like everyone else is. If we struggle to get my mind to try and think of puns, I struggle to come up with 3 ingredients.
Okay, well, you got 3 ingredients.
So
Sugar, herbs, and diluted water.
To be honest, I've been dissociating for the first hour of this game and trying to stay with it.
That's why I was trying to give you something to focus on.
Really hard to stay in this
Character?
reality.
Okay. So yes, do you want to leave it at that and have them figure out?
Yes, please.
Okay, so moving
Sorry.
over to Stormy, you've been tasked with getting sugar.
I've got
Caster sugar, that's it.
caster sugar.
Yes.
I've got an
caster
idea. I know somewhere where there's probably sugar, like a bakery. So I'll head off to where Pinkie Pie's bakery is and see if she's got some spare sugar.
Okay, so while you're dashing off to Pinkie Pie to get sugar, we'll move over to Ditty. You've been asked to get some herbs. That way we'll point out that he's also Josh.
Wow. I'm about to get herbed.
Yes, how are you going to go off and get the herbs?
How am I going to go off and get the herbs?
You're being tasked with getting herbs.
How's it getting herbs?
to make potion.
Oh, I thought making garlic bread. We left pastries?
You have left pastries. You're at the hospital. Apparently you were distracted.
We need healing herbs.
And all the medicine bottles fell over and broke, so they've asked Bubble Brew to make up a new batch.
Alright. I will ask Bubble Brew where do they need to get the herbs from.
I would suggest the hospital garden will have the medicinal herbs that I need, and I will scribble a list of medicinal herbs. Things like curcumin, which does things for...
Just avoid the
nightshade.
nightshade.
The nightshade's not written on there.
Does Diddy Roos know how to read?
He doesn't have to read. He just has to deliver the list to the hospital garden herbalist.
Oh, okay, that's good because I've got a smart too. So I don't know if I know how to read.
Yeah, I was going to say smarts of 2? Probably. You can read, but only basic stuff.
I can read music, that's about it.
I was about to say, you can read sheet music, but that, yes.
Beat it to it because you're so slow.
Well,
Motion
no.
is there'll be a vanilla Coke.
Okay, I'll take the list and I will attempt to find the medicinal garden.
I'm sure you will have no trouble finding it. And then that brings us to...
Ariana, I just hope you know, you're trying to fax a medication order in the hospital. Expect it to take about 3 weeks.
Well, that's why I'm sending you Ditty. Because you're fast and
Expect it to take about a week. It won't be my problem, it'll be the pharmacist's problem.
these patients are relying on you, Ditty. We really need you to.
I know they're relying on me, but they have to also rely on the pharmacist.
Well, the pharmacist is Bubble Brew.
Yeah, I'm the pharmacist.
Okay.
I need the ingredients for the potion from the source of the thing. Technically,
Excellent.
sending you to the opium farm.
You gather the poppies.
I'm sure there is a couple of ponies who just grow those herbs in their garden for personal use.
Yep.
Look, I said cure cumin and things like that, not marijuana, for a reason.
Yes, this is supposed to be PG.
Exactly. And we keep ruining it by talking about the non-PG things we could have said.
They could have
Could be
cumin
out
for
to get
personal
some
use.
willow bark.
Isn't that another
To
toxin?
get some drugs, we're off to get some drugs. Get your man in, no, sorry, no, PG, can't say get your man in back alley.
Willow bark
But-
is where they first discovered aspen.
But you can say sketchy ponies in a back alley.
Yes, because all ponies are friendly.
They're dressed in black.
Especially the ones that drive big white vans and offer you candy.
Or cupcakes, as the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how is Featherfall going to meet her request? Poking M for that one.
Sorry, what did you say?
How is Featherfall going to meet the request put to her?
What was I tasked with getting?
Distilled
Purified-
water.
yeah,
But we
distilled
jokingly
water.
called it diluted water.
Oh, yeah.
Twice drunk water?
Well, I'm definitely not getting it from the crocodile's river. Is there like a, I don't know, like, does our fountain have purified water in it?
You could literally fly up to a cloud and get it from there.
Okay, perfect, I'll do that.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
ideal.
you're the Pegasus, you might be able to get some like rain, like pure sort of rainwater type thing, but a cloud works. It's kind of
Yeah, Pegasus are able to farm the clouds.
because they can
Pure-
change the weather.
Pure, where we ponytail, purified water.
Cloud dew.
Cloud water.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't be able to find any cleaner water. Easily. So yes, okay, so we have Stormy Night making her way to Pinkie Pie at the Sugar Cube Corner.
Yep.
Which is the perfect place to find sugar.
Yeah. And a bakery in the sugar cube corner.
Understand sugar, like caster sugar?
And Pinkie Pie goes, "Oh no, they need sugar!" With that gasp of horror. Comedic horror gasp, but big gasp of horror. Completely overstated, as almost everything Pinkie Pie does is.
Yeah.
So,
I'm starting to wonder if Pinkie Pie has too much sugar
Yes.
in her life, and
she will definitely say, "Not enough. Needs more. Need sugar badly."
Yeah,
Give me more
I
sugar.
think she's had so much sugar in her life that she's in a constant state of either sugar crashing or being on a sugar high, that to keep herself at a sugar high, she's in this heightened state of drama.
Well, her entire spiel is also about laughter.
Mm.
So nearly everything she does is about making something funny, even in distress.
Mm.
So, yes, she says we need to eat our way into the shop.
Right.
This is a job for Stormy.
Yes. Shall we call in the troops?
Yep.
Okay, Pinkie Pie calls out asking for all the kids on their way to school to come help.
Teachers are gonna love us.
You mean after this earthquake?
Well, the
kids are
earthquake
still
still...
going to school?
Well, they don't know any better because, hey, they don't have many earthquakes here.
Wonder what caused the earthquake.
And so suddenly you have about 20 odd little fillies and foals all eagerly helping you get into the store by eating up the fallen pastries.
Yep.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Okay, so we move over to Ditty chasing herbs. Ditty has made it to the garden. Looking around, there are plants everywhere. You've succeeded. What does Josh do next?
Take all the ingredients.
Did you bring the ingredients list with you?
Yes. I was told it was very important to bring the ingredient list.
Okay.
Found the head herbalist.
Hard to look at the ingredients while you're holding it. Unlike unicorns, you don't have telekinesis to make things easier.
Yeah.
And looking around, the herbalist isn't here, so you're going to have to sub in for the herbalist.
Oh, great. Sure.
So it's going to be a survival roll for you.
Crap.
As you try to find the right herbs. I'm sure no matter how you roll, you'll have a pile of herbs to take back.
Yep.
Just get one of everything.
Yep. There'll be no more herbs left in this garden.
So, what is your result?
Not too bad. 14.
Okay, you grab a bunch of herbs, you're sure they're the right ones,
Perfect.
and start rushing back.
Yes.
He sounded so uncertain though, I am worried.
This is what happens when you give someone with no intellect the ability to try and harvest some herbs.
That's okay. What's the worst that can happen?
Yep. Have fun.
Okay, and Featherfall, you are flying up to the clouds. Unfortunately, you're not sure if you actually have any decent clouds to get water from today, so you're going to have to make a survival roll to find the right clouds.
Mm-hmm. I suspect there might be a few survival rules here. Hopefully your lucky dice love you.
Well, look at 13 plus 1, so that's a 14.
Well, that's the same as Josh's roll.
Okay, you find a cloud with water and start collecting some water.
Just one, all on its lonesome.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cloud, but this is for the greater good. As I suck water out of this one little cloud.
And by the time you finish getting water out of the cloud, Rainbow Dash falls through the cloud.
Oh.
What happened?
Well, he was using it. She was using it as a bed.
Yeah, that's right. She's like, what happened? What's going on?
Slept through the entire earthquake because
Not on the ground.
Yep. Well, Fluttershy's happiest in the air, can sleep while flying. So, yes, you've managed to run into one of the main six.
Oh, I'm so sorry for taking your bed and waking you up, but I'm in desperate need of the water that this lonely little cloud provided. We need to make some more medicine for the hospital.
I shall rush off and get some more clouds, and rushes off in a random direction.
Okay. Awesome. Meanwhile, while she goes collect more watery clouds, I'm going to take what little water I got out of my own little cloud back to thorugh.
Okay.
Lonely little now non-existent cloud.
Some cloud, yeah.
Now I'm thinking
Bye
about
cloud, your
existential
sacrifice
crisis cloud.
was not in vain.
Okay, so Bubble Brew has a cauldron set up with all the other ingredients they had on hand.
And somewhere in the corner of a cupboard, she's found a hat, which she is now donning. It is a black hat with big, wide rim and a pointy section to it. Fits perfectly over her unicorn horn. So
The horn can still poke through.
no, that would look weird. So now she just looks like a regular pony wearing a really big,
Wendy Wizard hat.
wide-brimmed,
Which hat?
pointy hat. Yeah, that hat.
Okay, so yes, as you're doing, getting everything ready, you have DT Riff showing up with a pile of herbs. Some of them what you asked for.
Oh my goodness! And then I'll make a little. This might take a little bit of time to sort through while I figure out which ones are exactly the herbs that I'm after, and I'll sort through the herbs carefully. Do I have all of the herbs I need, or do I need to?
You think you can make do
send-
with what you have?
Okay, right. Thank you, Didi. This will actually work. I can make this work. And I'll start. I'll grab a bunch and mortar and pestle, and I'll pass the mortar and pestle to Didi. Here, you crush these ones up in this little bowl. You just use the mortar like this, and you use it to make it more powdery. Doesn't hurt if you sing while you do it. It'll get us all in the mood to make a really good potion.
Sing the grinding song.
Yes. Pick an appropriate song for grinding things.
Yes, you can get away with so much in children's stories.
Don't pick You Spin Me Right Round.
Now that's in his head.
Probably. Depends. I'm not sure if he's on.
Are you there, Josh?
I am here.
What did you miss?
What I miss? I come sprinting back and deliver the herbs.
So everything.
Everything. I miss everything.
I thanked you for getting herbs. I said I think I can make this work. Then I handed you a mortar and pestle,
Mhm.
and the bowl. Is it a mortar and pestle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mortar and yeah.
Yeah. And showed you how to hold it and grind it up, and then suggested that you sing
A grinding song.
a song that's befitting of grinding up herbs.
Sing about grinding.
Music, got it. Flips the pestle over and starts banging on top of it in the water.
Please, I scoop up the herbs and put them back. I'm like, I really need a strong pony like yourself to help grind these herbs up so they're ready when Featherfall brings the water. Can you use your voice to make music rather than the mortal and pestle?
So technically, it has to use the mortar in the mouth.
Yeah.
Mortar in the mouth?
Because basically, Pony doesn't have hands.
Oh, well, I presume
opposable
that
thumbs.
they could use a bench and put the mortar on the bench. And
Well, as long as they have a machine to pedal their way through it, they can do it.
okay.
Although you often see them holding things and
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, so I presumed that as long
Sure,
as
fair enough, we can do
he
that.
had two hooves, he could.
Okay, so yes, you can sing and do your thing at the same time. So, you're going to do a song to inspire everyone?
Mashed potato.
food one. It's in the. I was thinking maybe something from the Spice Girls. though.
You do realise you also got those lyrics wrong.
Which
It's
one?
hot potato and mashed banana.
Oh, okay, whatever. You
I
knew what I was
love
going
mashed
for
potato,
anyway.
mashed potato.
You knew what I was going for.
I prefer mashed potato over mashed banana any day.
Yeah, weird people eat mashed banana, but only okay. I will say, I mash bananas for the banana muffins I make, but that's technically baked goods, so it doesn't count.
So that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't talk about the baked good incident of 2024.
Okay. So we'll see how well you are at following instructions. Give me a might roll as you mightily crush up the ingredients.
That's a bit better. Mine's okay. Survival was not the skill we're going for.
This is why I gave you that task, because I know your strength is a somewhat good skill.
As soon as you gave me that list, I knew Martin was just like, yep, and the person who's going to help you is not there. So you have to do it.
I don't choose my friends based on their intelligence scores.
I got a might roll of 18.
Okay, so yes, you're happily crushing away, and then a performance roll as you sing whichever song you'd like to make up.
Okay, so it's music, so it's a D10 then.
D10. Though it is also a performance, so your cutie mark makes it a D12.
D12, that's right. Is there a crowd of sick people who I can entertain?
At this stage, where in the room you're in, there are less than 10, so you don't get the performance increase.
Sorry.
Though
it's
he can
just
increase
us
it 3
potion
times if there's
makers.
1,000 people.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which mean critical success, very close.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so that's well the audience.
So roll your D12. And your D20.
I'm just trying to think of something. Is this an action related to generosity?
It possibly would be, because we're making potion for the hospital.
Well, you are giving up your time to make stuff.
Oh no,
for
sorry.
us.
It just changes it from a standard action to a move action.
Mhm.
And,
So you can do them more often.
You can do a grind move.
Which is why I'm giving him the song and the crushing.
Yeah.
I really feel that there is definitely a song out there that's got the word grind in it, but I can't think of any right
Crush the herbs.
I'm pretty sure anything with the word grind on it is probably not family friendly.
now. Oh, come on. Surely there's a family-friendly grind song out there. The internet will know it.
Yes, but then it won't
I
be
wouldn't
family
trust
friendly.
the internet.
Roll 34.
How is this the second week in a row we've talked about Rule 34?
Because Paul wasn't here for the other one and wanted to make sure it was said.
Yeah.
There's always a Rule 34.
I'm
That's the point of Rule
99%
34.
sure that there's a few places.
It can be a sus thing and there's still a Rule 34 on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Rule 34 about Rule 34.
Yep. Mm.
It's probably going to be along. It's probably going to be along the box standards like, this is the way we crush the herbs, crush the herbs, crush the herbs, the way we crush the herbs.
So
Early in the morning.
11 out of 10 for adorable song. And
22.
22. Okay, you are inspiring those people around you with, and you can hear the other people, the nurse and the doctor, all looking happier as you're singing along. You are one of the town's best musicians,
Yay!
which is why you're wealthy, because everyone pays you.
This, I just want to make sure that Diddy understands, this is a charitable duty. No payment comes with it outside of the reward of the good thing you have done.
I get to smush thing. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then in flies Fluttershy.
Not Fluttershy, Featherfall.
Featherfall. Wrong one. They're so close. So Featherfall falls in.
Come on, I'm not that ungraceful in the air, surely.
Well, as we're asking about Grace, let's see you make an acrobatics roll as you come in.
do a triple backspin slide into the scene.
Well, as you're seeing triple backspin coming in, you can do a upgrade to your acrobatics, giving you a D6.
Oh, sweet.
Because you do have a upgrade for aerial acrobatics.
Nice.
Also means you can walk on clouds. So ponies who don't have that trait can't walk on clouds. They just fall right through. So what did you get?
I got that's 19. That's 19 plus 5, which is 24.
24. Okay, so yes, you managed to come in quite gracefully and not drop a single drop of water. As you have your bucket of freshly harvested water.
Rainbow Dash as a cloud got sacrificed for this water.
Her nap was sacrificed?
Was still sleeping.
Ah.
Yeah, we gave her a morning wake up call and also alerted her to the issues we're having currently. And she is also going to fetch more water in case we need it.
Well, we could certainly do with more water because I'm not sure this will fill my cauldron just enough. How big is my cauldron?
It would be yay big.
And how much water has...
A bucket.
Okay, so I need at least one more bucket.
You can make do with what you have.
Can
you
I?
could probably do better with more, but hey, you could always prepare more later.
Okay, alright. So this is perfect.
But with the water we've got, we've probably got one chance at it.
Can you add it to the cauldron and then take the big spoon next to the cauldron and start stirring, please?
Here's how we stir the broth.
No, she doesn't have to sing. She's not the paid singer in the room. She can just start the stirring happening while I add the herbs that Diddy is helping me crush. So I'll take the crushed herbs from the mortar that Diddy's got, add it to the cauldron, and then add some of the herbs I've been crushing, and then pass Diddy back the mortar with new herbs to crush while we wait for the sugar to come.
Okay, so back at the sugar cube corner, you manage with your extra troops to get into the place and find a bag of sugar.
Yep.
Make sure it's the right sugar.
Oh, we can crush the sugar in the modern pestle, couldn't we?
You could, yes.
Good, yeah. I guess
You can do many things.
Yeah. Alright.
she should have caster sugar there.
It's cooking sugar.
There are different types of sugar, Martin.
Yeah. Icing sugar's the finest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the icing sugar is also very sweet, whereas caster sugar gets you a little bit of in between.
Yeah.
So yes, you find what you believe is the appropriate sugar.
Yep.
You could also make a science check to make sure you've got the right sugar.
Yep.
And where did you just poop?
I think he pooped in the...
I can actually do that. I've got a D2, so...
Do you want me to check?
Odd or even.
Mm-hmm. So even is generally the 2.
Yep.
Because that way it's always the same.
Yeah. 14, 4, so that's even, so... 16.
Okay, yes, you find the caster sugar.
Did you want to just have a quick check? I can clean it. I didn't want to kick him off.
Is the caster sugar the magic sugar?
Yes.
The spell caster sugar?
Yes.
That's
See,
why I thought it was appropriate.
Yes, spellcaster sugar. I said I can clean it. I just
If
didn't.
I'm all the way over here, I may as well do it.
Okay, so the DM is on kitty duty.
I probably told all the people helping us clear the baked goods the story of how the earthquake knocked everything over, we were trapped in there and all scary, and then finishing that by saying, and that's how we got our frosted tips.
Your frosted tips. I'm not
Being covered in the icing.
Yeah. I think those fillies would be more overjoyed at the idea of having to eat
Yep.
all of those cupcakes to save Pinkie Pie.
And there's about 20 odd really enthusiastic, helpful fillies and foals around town, now willing to help out now that they're high on sugar.
Yep.
Yes, you can bring them all back to the hospital with you, and they can help do chores around the hospital.
I think just unleash them.
Let them roam free.
Oh, let them roam free at the hospital.
Okay, so yes, you now have all the ingredients show up.
So Stormy comes in. I'm like, finally, the sugar. I'll check. It is caster sugar, which is perfect for potions. Because of course, as the DM jumped and Paul jumped the gun on, it is perfect for spellcasting. I wish I thought of that pun myself.
Well, we can say you did because you did mention caster sugar was the right sugar.
Yep.
Yeah, more because of my brain as a when I could cook, understanding the differences between the types of sugar you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with that. I was more intelligent than that.
We will always do that. So yes.
I'll add the sugar and I'll ask Diddy if he can pass me the last of the herbs. So Diddy, if you can put the last of the herbs over here. We'll add it all in, and I gather I'll do some sort of potions check.
You'll be doing a potions check. I was just making sure I put the same stats on the different things because they do like to confuse people.
Well, I added the extra, so I've got a
D8.
D8 now?
Yep. So that means you roll a D8 with your D20 to do your potions. Well, actually, it becomes a D10 because of the pack that your specialty is potions.
Yes.
Can I use my storytelling to give bonuses for things like that?
Well, you actually have a very specific bonus you can give people.
Before
Yep.
we do that, I might mention to my fellow ponies that this could be a good time to create a friendship circle.
Okay,
Is
so
it a good time?
it is a good time to make a friendship circle.
So, I'd like some help with this.
Yep.
If we can create a friendship circle, this will go so much better for all the patients that are going to have this potion.
So do all the ponies jump in on the friendship circle?
Yep.
Yep.
Waiting on a Josh.
You.
Was that a yes?
It's definite no.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no as well. No, I don't want to be friends with all of you. Go away.
Go away. I'm famous and I'm rich. I don't need friends. I can buy them.
So what the friendship circle is, there is a resource for the characters called friendship points.
Yep.
And if each pony spends a friendship point, then they all converge on the pony who calls the friendship circle.
Yep.
And that means that there's now a pool of 4 skill increases, 4 healing points that can be used by any of the ponies if they were hurt, and 4 free assists.
Okay.
So, what was that?
I was waiting for you to finish your explanation as well.
And so that means with our pony having a we said a D10, didn't we?
Yes.
If she spends 3 of those, it becomes 3d6 instead of that. If she spends 5, then it's a critical success.
Right.
So she can do that by having 3 assists and 2 dice, which means other characters can spend 2 of those dice on the same round and get an assist from her. Because that means you're not actually giving up your turn because it's a free assist.
I was also going to say, before they do it, I'm going to go to a nearby cupboard, pull out hats and put them on my pony friends.
You're all wearing
Because
alchemist hats.
these are the hats for alchemy and yeah.
Part of the friendship circle. Everyone must wear a hat.
It reminds
That's
me of
right.
a story of of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Clydesdale.
I like it. What's the rest of the story?
Well, if I can get because I give bonuses with storytelling, isn't it?
Yep.
If I get a bonus for the storytelling, that will be that.
So we got a critical success, I guess.
You can get a critical success by all the assistants, because you can refer to your assistants almost as if you're talent for things. So yours is telling a story to help them along the way.
Yep.
We have someone doing theme music to it all going, and then we have someone going, yes, let's help everyone,
And
because kindness is the
Fostering
trait.
team spirit, which is my thing.
Yeah.
By including everyone into a team with hats. We got matching hats.
And so in the end that would mean
Team
while you spent all
hats.
your friendship points, you end up with a friendship point earned back.
Yep.
Because by doing not just doing it as a simple thing, but doing it to the point where it's costing you is what is required to gain friendship points.
Right.
Or rolling a natural 1.
Plus, you look good in the hats.
I rolled a natural one.
You did on one of the dice? That's right, you did. So we'll add another one in there, and we'll add one in for saving Pinkie Pie.
Yep.
So we get one for the story or for the team spirit?
For the team spirit.
Okay. Just want to make sure I know where the points come
So one came from assisting Pinkie Pie early,
Yeah.
and one came from Paul rolling a natural 1.
Oh, because we all manage to do that sometimes.
It's where rolling a natural 1 isn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Did you give me a 1 on the 6? And is that the one that counts?
No,
Or
it
is
was
it a 1 on the 20?
1 on the 20.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd get critical fumbles.
I just remember you saying something about the other dice.
If you get maximum on the dice except for the D2, it can be a critical hit
Okay.
or critical success.
Right.
So yes, you managed to brew up some amazing potions. What do they taste like?
I'm gonna go with strawberry fizz today.
Okay, so they fizz along nicely, waiting for their patients who are now starting to line up for their daily fix of 50 potion.
Yeah, we might need some more water and some more herbs, but we should be good to at least start off with this one.
And you notice Pinkie Pie has joined to the line because it's a line and there's sugar involved.
I'm starting to think that Pinkie Pie needs to be sent to a rehab.
She does, and she brings cupcakes.
Yeah, I don't think she quite will understand them for the rehab. Well done, team. We've done such a great job. We've actually managed to help these ponies get a step towards feeling better.
Yes, and there's a lot of clattering of hooves in congratulations.
I will share and say, if it wasn't for my pony friends, we wouldn't have been able to do this.
Yeah, we all ponied up.
So now that we've done the hospital, is there somewhere else we need to go? I thought the castle was in trouble.
Well, you were considering going to tell the main 6 and have them solve your problems.
What do we need the main 6 to solve our problems for? We're perfectly capable of that ourselves.
I know, but it was an option.
And as it turned out, a few of them needed our help anyway.
Yeah, so we found Rainbow...
Rainbow Dash.
Dash and Pinkie Pie.
And Rainbow Dash does sleep through a lot of things.
And do we know where the other 4 are? Should we look for them? Make sure that they're okay?
You can.
Or Well, there were things you mentioned at the start when, fortunately, I was going into a different reality.
Okay, so after helping out at the hospital, you canter over to Fluttershy's cottage,
Yep.
and you find her in a fluster. She's the local animal expert, and all her friends have headed all over the place with the earthquake, and you need your help in returning them back to the cottage so they can get out of the under the hooves of the other ponies.
Okay.
Last thing she wants is to get one of her friends stood on.
What sort of animal handling does she do?
She has squirrels who she's been teaching to play hide the nut.
Okay.
A couple of foxes who are playing tag with Pinkie Pie to hide her sugar.
Right.
And they're outfoxing her.
Their job is to outfox Pinkie Pie. That's not hard to do.
And basically, she basically has all the local animals helping in town and having fun doing so.
But she needs them back now.
Well, it's hard to teach them if they're not here.
Okay, so...
They ran off at the sounds of the earthquake.
Do we know how many animals we're looking for?
She looks very flustered and can't get a number out.
Okay. Okay.
All upset and anxious about getting her friends back.
Do you have some spare treats and nibbles for these animals, like some nuts for the squirrels?
She goes into a cupboard, pulls out a bag, and it goes everywhere in her rush.
That's okay. I will. I kneel down and I say, "It's okay. You can calm down. It's okay." And I'll help scoop them back into the bag. And then is there anywhere where does she have like some more bags in where she got that bag from?
She does.
I can take.
I was going to give you a persuasion check to see how good you are at calming her.
Okay. My persuasion. I may not be the best one to do this. I was thinking Featherfall.
Actually, I'd probably be good with the...
You and DT are the best persuaders.
Yeah,
because I got that.
Actually, be better for one of the other ones, but
because I get it as performance. I can use performance,
so
which
knowing
gives me D6.
that my fellow ponies are better at calming people down, I will suggest Stormy. Maybe you can tell Fluttershy a story that will help her feel a bit better.
Which means if you're telling a story, you can upgrade it to a D10 because it goes to D8 then to D10
So
because
I'm
of your
D6,
cutie mark.
and then I go
D8
and
and
then
D10.
D10.
Because of the whole cutie pie mark is a increase, and the fact that storytelling is your specialty. Specialties also increase.
Yeah. All right. That's a natural 1 plus a 7.
So that is another point to the friendship circle, future friendship circle. As how badly does the story freak her out?
Yeah, that's 2 natural 1s.
You start telling a horror story about how all the animals are getting run over and squished.
Not quite that dark.
On a natural 1, it ends up being more of just a comedy rather than a scary story.
We won't be able to find them because of...
They go and hide and you'll never see them again.
Well, the whole point is trying to calm her down by getting it completely opposite.
I start kind of waving my hoof at
What
Stormy. Not quite that, but
I haven't got to the good bit yet.
and then I'll I'll stutter, sort of. Diddy.
And you see Fluttershy burst into tears.
Diddy, maybe a song, a cheerful song. Diddy, very, very cheerful ditty. I did not make an accidental pun of ditty with ditty.
You didn't riff on Ditty?
I didn't mean to, and I should have.
Which is amusing because it's Ditty riffs is the name.
Yeah, I'm like, that's taken me 5 sessions to do, and I did it without intention.
Okay, so yes, apparently your storyteller has made Fluttershy burst into tears.
Oh no.
Or we'll try to calm her for being too anxious.
Oh no.
And they've turned to you to fix the problem.
Of course they have.
I was keeping you in reverse.
I was using it as performance, so I'm probably pretending to be all the animals. But it's like, that's my friend, where are they?
That's just like them.
I'll play a general upbeat tune.
There was a mouse on the wall. 10 mice on the wall and then one falls off.
No,
Goes along the-
mice falling.
Goes along the lines of music is better than books.
Yeah.
Don't
Free
listen
wine
to
mice.
the story.
Cut off the tail, carving off.
Listen to my notes.
So yes, because it is performance, it does become a D10, and because you're singing it, it becomes a D12.
Yeah.
And as you currently have an audience of multiple ponies, it becomes 2D8.
2d8.
Because all you needed was at least 10.
I can still fail.
You
Yeah.
can still fail.
I can still fail.
You can still fail on 3D6.
I can get a 9.
You got a total of 9 with
Oh,
2D8.
no, I didn't. I haven't rolled yet.
I've rolled a total of 3 D20s tonight, and 2 of them were natural ones.
Sounds like you should let the GM start rolling for you, Paul.
Oh no, this is
You
fun.
were born for this campaign.
Yeah.
Bred for it.
Yes.
Were you using Martin's shape of dice or were you using your shape of dice?
He's using
mine.
his own dice.
He's using
got an
it-
impressive collection.
He's using his GM dice.
No. This is my GM dice. That's when I want to bring the pain.
So that is 22 as a critical because I rolled an 8.
Woohoo! So yes, she stops crying and starts to smile as you do your ditty, without making everyone worrying about the poor lost animals. And in the middle of the singing, half the animals show up because someone's singing.
So just by Diddy singing, we don't have to look for the animals. But if we do have to, we've got a bag full of treats that will attract the animals.
Hey, we did used to have the Disney princess in the D&D game who keeps summoning
Listen,
animals.
my D20 wanted to fail that roll. It rolled a 6. It literally rolled tied the lowest number of my 2d8s.
So yes, you managed to bring in a bunch of the animals with your singing.
Woo.
Even the skunks.
Oh.
But hey, Fluttershy loves them all. And you don't think it'll be too hard to bring the other animals in by this stage.
Yay.
Basically, once some of the animals
Gotcha.
return, the others start to follow.
If you were hurt, then don't despair. Bubble Brew's got something for you. Just don't trust the goo.
So amusingly, the veterinarian of the Ponyville is called Dr. Fauna.
No.
And Fluttershy's house was built by Big Daddy McColt.
Big Daddy McCult.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds PG, right?
I was about to say, that
Join
sounds
the cult.
family friendly with cult in it.
Or are we just that bad?
Well, you just have to call some of these things out when you read it.
It's family friendly because there's Mick in front of it, okay? No cult here.
Uh-huh.
Isn't this like the fan base of this is like literally a cult? I didn't say that.
A fan base of most shows are cults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look at Star Wars and Star Trek. They're so cultish that they hate each other for no other reason than they're different sci-fi shows.
You can't tell me that Star Wars fans are not a cult when they literally tried to put Jediism as a religion of choice.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure people would try to do volcanism if they could get away with it.
Oh, definitely.
Volcanism is a real thing, though.
Yes, says the Star Trek fan.
No, I mean, tectonics and volcanism. That's a real thing.
So yes, with the wonderful rendition of our ditty riffs and bunches of flowers being thrown by his adoring mares,
Yay.
who of course show up every time he sings out in the open.
It's my favorite.
Like a Greek chorus. Or would that be a Trojan horse?
Can I call my Rifties? Just like all those fan bases of Swifties. Can I call them Rifties, please?
Yep.
I'm sure you can call them rifties.
Yes.
And I'm sure many of them have tattoos of your cutie mark on them somewhere.
No, they're cutie marks.
I don't want to say what's popped into my head.
Would you like to say what just popped into your head?
Rule 34.
Yeah. Why do I have a group of tramp stamps with my guitar on there? Listen, I think family friendly tonight's going out the window.
Yeah.
Our characters will be kind and compassionate, however the players
The players aren't.
We're so not built to be playing this. I thought this would be great. Be good.
Rose not to be murder hobos, but man are we immature.
Hey, the content channel does not say any of the content is child friendly. Not a single one of them is marked as child friendly.
Good.
I never even intended for this series to be child friendly. I just wanted it to be non-murder hobo.
So you've been...
Yeah, we're just trying to be slightly more friendly than we usually are, and not just to, you know. Yeah.
And the amusing thing is that it's been Em and Ariadna saying, "Hey, it's PG," and I've been going, "Sure."
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then probably then going, no, we're not doing PG anyway.
I have to remind myself not to follow through on things like stinking out a crocodile and biting his jaws, because that's not friendly, right?
You're just an awful human being.
I really am terrible.
Well, hey, amusingly was, if you looked at the creature, it said you got this bits of information. Not one thing that it gave you was actually kind to do.
No.
So with my character, I'd probably dress him up in the crocodile up in a funny costume. That way it's both scary and funny.
So he was upset with people and wanted the ponies off his river, so he would have attacked if he had gone on the river to dress him up.
Yeah.
The thing that they did was they sung him to sleep instead.
Right.
And got
Then
rid
I
of
would have
him.
dressed him up.
And then they got rid of the stinky flowers.
Yeah.
That was good, that they could repel him with. So he didn't have to worry about being banned from one side of his river.
Yeah.
And then they snuck over. So that was how they got past the cranky crocodile.
We eventually did the right thing.
Eventually.
Eventually.
With much prodding and forcing and
Yeah.
wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Just many subtle, not so subtle reminders that we were supposed to be friendship and rainbows.
But hey, if you had have insisted, I would have let you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just wouldn't have gotten yourself those friendship points for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, you seem to have managed to help Fluttershy's cottage get back together, as now there's a whole band of mice playing instruments to help celebrate the occasion.
Literally a band of mice.
As they're now riffing on Diddy Riff song. Is it a homage if they're doing it in front of the person right after they've performed it?
Well, if it's mice, they like cheese, so it wouldn't be an homage, it would be a fromage.
Fromage. Okay, so after that, the Mayor shows up. I think that's what her name is.
The mayor.
Yeah, the Mayor. Though I think it calls it specifically Mayor.
Really? Not the main mayor?
Not the main Mayor. And she suggests that to help all the ponies relax after such a scary start to the day, that we get Diddy Riffs to put on a show in the local theatre, Ponyville Theatre, and get them all stomping along to the latest tunes.
Probably not a good idea. To be
Yeah,
stomping along in a building that's been hit by an earthquake.
like, shouldn't we check the structural integrity after the earthquake we had this morning?
Well, look, we could always say that the act was so great it brought down the house.
Mayor suggests you look into that because you obviously know what you're talking about.
Let's see what these are just little cakes, so I think that might be a little one.
Mm-hmm.
That's little
I
strawberry
think
ones
so.
because I've been. Sorry, I did not mean to disrupt with chips and.
Food arrived and it was sugary, so of course we were happy to pause and down hooves and find out what was coming.
This is the first
Yeah,
time
of course.
I've been up since I sat down. I'm sorry for disassociating.
That's okay. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It happens. I do it occasionally.
Yeah. It's always weird when it happens.
Okay, so Mayor asked Featherfall to look over it. I'm sure you know what you're looking for. And what does Featherfall do now that you've been given the responsibility to make sure the theatre's safe for everyone?
I am. What would we be? Would it be survival or alertness to check through the
Alertness should tell you if there's something wrong. Science could be used to see if anything architecturally needs to be looked at.
I have no science, so I'm gonna go through and see and look for anything visually wrong, like fallen plaster and bricks that have fallen off the walls and like chairs tipped over, that kind of thing. Props that are not looking stable, and stuff like that. 16 plus 2, so it'd be 18.
Mm-hmm.
I forced someone to get up.
Okay, so having a look around, it seems that there's only a couple of cracks here and there in the walls. Nothing that you think is dangerous.
Is there anyone here with a more sciencey background that
Do I have science? I think I might.
I've got a D2 in science,
I
so
might have a
Well, it's about science. I've got a flat 20.
I have a flat 22, but that's
So you have both Bubble Brew and Stormy Night both have D2s in science.
Yep, if I see Featherfall looks a little bit uncertain, I say, how about I have a look with you? And if you can roll a D20 and a D2.
can I
So-
assist?
If you assist, you make it a D4.
So
I'll assist.
I was gonna say,
I will
since
do
it's
the
my
help.
roll, can I still roll
Unfortunately,
those?
you need a
So it's a 20 and that's a D4.
skill in it to assist someone in most of these skills.
I will not do the help.
23, natural 20.
So natural 20. So looking through it, you find the few spots that aren't so good and shore them up.
Come on, ponies, help me fix this. Push this here and stick that bit of wood there.
Otherwise, Diddy Riffs may have fallen through the floor and literally brought the house down.
Did what? Where?
We will help make it stable.
did someone say brawn?
It's now stable.
Stable or
okay.
unstable.
I feel like pun points should have been given
They're
to
there, muscles. You can calm down.
I tried helping. I did a visual check. Apparently that wasn't enough.
Well, visually it looked like a theatre.
With a few cracked walls.
Yeah, but not everything's as cracked up as they look.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Thorugh? You want to play Aurora Glow?
There we
Sounds
are.
good.
No, he's meowing at the case. Sticking his head right in the corner of the case and meowing.
Which case
Take this case. You shouldn't be here. Go away.
The big pocket dragon case.
Oh.
Mm. But he was sticking his head beside it and between the other case and meowing right into the gap.
Oh, the bookcase?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like a suitcase or some sort of case. I'm like, I don't have pocket dragons in a case. I don't know what you mean.
Display case.
Yes, you do mean display case. My brain was not getting there all that fast.
What do you mean? I'm not supposed to leave words out and make it harder.
Yeah, you are dealing with me.
Why
You
is
know
this
I am
hard enough as it
challenging
is?
at times.
Okay, so yes. With the performance coming, how is everyone going to help Ditty perform better?
I will make Ditty a small potion that will well, not a potion, a little bit of a potion, a drink, in the form of a potion which has like things like lemon and honey in it, but also some special herbs that will make Ditty feel really good. Not the kind of herbs that musicians traditionally use, the kind that PG ponies would use. Well, although, you know, cannabis is becoming a medicinal thing, so maybe it is PG by the time well, it's getting to the point that it might be PG.
Can I use my performance as part of the performance to assist with it?
You can.
So I'll in that case I would go to the local little grocery or ingredients type store and just get the ingredients that I need for that. But I could make it like a cocktail sort of thing rather than, or like a tea rather than a potion. Yeah, let's call it a tea.
Okay, so you start to brew up a interesting tea to make life so much better.
Alright. Smooth those vocal cords out, make sure that there's no failings there.
And how is Featherfall going to make the performance better?
I'm happy to do like moving backdrops and things, like pulling curtains across and I'm not doing pyro.
Pyro.
Doing the rigging.
Yeah.
Being able to fly would be good for that.
Yep. I was going to say hanging the streamers.
Hang streamers.
Well, you've got no science. Don't do the pyro. Don't do the pyro.
You don't know, I did not doing the pyro.
What's this? Pyro? Whoosh.
Whoosh, yeah.
I wouldn't even trust them to do the lighting, okay?
Ooh.
Are you saying something about Featherfall's capacity to work with flammables and electrical products?
Yes, she's just as daft as I am.
I was going to say, is she? Do we know what her smarts are?
I think I'm actually pretty good in the smart. I'm just not good in the rest of it.
She's no good in science.
I'm not good in the smart, sorry. I'm good in the social.
Okay,
Just trust me. I wouldn't trust myself with pyro.
we're going to start off with Bubble Brew making a nice little drink for
Specialty.
yes, your special drink to help you with the performance.
Making a specialty is your specialty.
Exactly. I was going to make it fun, but
I think
try not
that's
to interrupt Martin.
So that will be a D10 on your roll. As you get a 22 on your roll.
Yeah, that's good.
So it is probably an outstanding tea.
So it's the kind of tea that's very soothing for your throat and makes you feel warmed up without doing any warm-ups.
So after drinking it, you definitely feel all nice and warmed up. I'm sure it has some of that hot sauce in there too.
I wouldn't put anything peppery in it. That might make her cough.
Well, it depends on the player. Some players like hot sauce.
In their tea for singing.
He keeps trying to stick his tail in your food.
We're trying to figure out if Diddy likes the tea.
Diddy will have a tasty tea.
It does warm you up and soothe the throat. It's up to you if it's spicy.
Probably not spicy. It's probably not good for the vocal cords if it was spicy.
No.
Is it a sugar honey iced tea?
Close, I guess. There's some sugar in it. There's honey and there's definitely lemon. Which are all considered singers' essentials.
And then we get seeing how well Stormy helps. You're doing the assist, so you don't need to roll.
Yep.
And then we see how good Fluttershy is at doing the props. So as you're doing the rigging via flight, you get to make an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics. Wait.
I was going to say, Stormy and Bubble drink some tea.
Acrobatics.
Technically, you made it for one.
I got a 19 and a 1, so I got 20.
Okay, yes. So you don't manage to drop the rigging on our songster as he's getting his riffs out.
Thank you.
Which would have just been funny. It's like, and I roll a 1, and as he starts, thunk, the backdrop falls on top of the lead singer.
Yep.
Or you might set the main alight by getting too close to the rigging.
Yeah.
That would be the main problem.
I was thinking more of Michael Jackson impersonation. Okay, so yes, now that you're up for your big performance, is there anything special you're going to do to make the performance better for everyone?
Is this Diddy?
This is Diddy. You've got backing, you've got lighting and rigging, and you've been given a potion to make your words honeyed.
I don't know how I would make this really any better.
You could comb your hair, polish your hooves, put on an
Well,
outfit.
obviously I would look good.
Well, not obviously. Those of us who can't visualise sometimes need to have descriptions.
But yes, I look good. I look polished. I look smart. I'm probably wearing something that's both like casual but also fancy.
So casual fancy.
Casual fancy.
So are we?
I basically look like a Backstreet Boy.
So you're wearing sparkly spandex.
So you're not going for Elvis. You're going for more like what they call. I learnt recently, quiet luxury.
Yes, quiet luxury.
That does sort of seem a bit counterproductive.
Apparently, it's brand name clothes without the brand names on them.
Okay, so you're up on stage. That does mean that you get a D10 for being music and a D12 for your cutie mark. You do have 100 odd fillies here, so that does bump it up to, I believe it's a D8, then so it's a 2D8 and then 3D6, and then you do have assist, which means that makes it into a automatic success.
Okay.
And then you do have another assist from Fluttershy, not bringing the house down on top of you. Could have actually rolled a 1 and brought the building down.
Could I have used from our friendship circle an upgrade anyway?
You could have, except that scene had passed.
Oh,
So
that's
we need to
passed,
form
okay.
another friendship circle if you would like to.
And because of Fluttershy's stuff and all the assistants going together, it becomes a critical success.
Flutter?
Way.
Or Featherfall?
Featherfall.
Okay, cool.
They keep getting confused because
Yeah.
they both start with Fs.
Alright, I'm just making sure I'm got the right person.
And what's the big theme of your performance to cheer the town up? She'll be coming down the mountains?
Obviously rock music.
No, I think it should be I felt the earth move under my feet.
Shake it, move it.
We will rock you.
That's the one.
We are the champions, my friend.
I was gonna say, just slightly same band, different song.
And we
Rock the Casbah.
to the end.
I don't know that one. Or
That's
I
the
possibly do.
next stanza.
We are the ponies. We are the ponies. No time for shadows, 'cause we are the ponies.
Can we have the foxes as backup singers? That way it can be a dog and pony show.
I still think we should have brought in pony pun points. And for every pony related pun we made, we got like the equivalent of a friendship point. After we made, say, like 5 of them.
I think it would be like very busted if we did that.
Yeah, they'd
Well,
take one
that's
look
what
at
I
me
mean.
and
If
go,
we made
it's over 8,000!
five of them, and they'd have to be non-repeated and pony related.
Listen, we were riding that joke as far as we could at that point in time.
Into the ground.
Oh, we'd all be champing at the bit for it.
Yeah.
But the idea would be that you wouldn't repeat them, and we have repeated a few of them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no horsing around.
Yep.
And no horsing around here.
And in
Some of those jokes were awfully full, though.
And after that beautiful rendition of We Are the Ponies, who have no time for shadows, how does DT do?
DT gets a standing stomping.
You now have tween ponies who are your fans, and they're crying.
Well, he called him his little riff.
Everyone had a whooping good time.
It's not a mosh pit, it's a gallop pit.
Well, they do the old horse shuffle.
I feel like we should have had like
It
the
was
ride
doing
dance.
just a hoof to the left.
And then a hoof to the right.
No, we had to corral everybody in here.
Yeah.
See, now you're on a roll.
Yeah, they're
We're,
hoofing it.
we're having a hay of a time.
Making hay where the sun shines.
And no naysayers. So yes, you have managed to save Ponyville from a calamity of the earthquakes, and then cheer up the town.
Morale, that's our job.
And so you're presented with the golden sash from Mayor to say you can get one free meal the next day.
The next day.
Next day.
One free meal. Okay.
We're the heroes of the town and we get one free meal.
Yeah.
Well, it's a happy meal, they say.
Congratulations for saving the town. Here are your rations.
Yeah, it kind of feels like
But
that,
it's only an
doesn't it?
entree. We can have hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
This is your gift voucher for expires at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Here's your one free drinks card. It's family friendly, so it has to be soft drink.
And it
Well,
feels,
it's juice. It's juice.
Juice. We can't have too much sugar.
well, juice has actually got more sugar in it than soft drinks do, but
It's sugar-free apple juice.
It's just coloured by apples, but not actually flavoured by it.
yeah,
Or the horse's favorite, carrot juice.
I might give my sash to someone else.
So that is roughly what you can do with most of the rules in
So
there.
that's the end of the campaign?
My brain sort of ran itself out.
No.
But you did manage to deal with what is technically a rough situation, and there's not a lot of Ponyville to go through.
Yeah.
So there's basically their shopping areas. There's the train station. There's the apple orchard.
Oh, I was going to say, we could have done something in the apple orchard. That could get pretty spooky.
Well, it'd be collecting all the fallen apples because the earthquake would drop them.
Yeah, no, I wasn't suggesting you keep going. I'm like, that's
That doesn't
a place
sound
that you
appealing
could
at
do.
Mm.
That's a place that you could do something in the future was more my intention for the remark. Would you have had more if you'd had the GM screen and those
Possibly,
details?
it'd be easier to look stuff up.
Yeah, it's
That's hard when it's like, I've got to reference this section and then that section.
Yeah, there's a lot of referencing that you don't have to necessarily do in games that you're more familiar with rule sets that you...
If I know it off by heart, facilities, yeah. But I'm also trying to listen and respond instead of just focus and read. Because that makes it a bit harder on that.
How did people find the My Little Ponies rule set and world?
Well, coming into it from for the first time and not knowing any of the rules straight out in the outset, it was pretty good. It was easy to learn.
I think like the first week was a bit like, oh god, what are we doing? The second and third weeks were like, yeah, okay, this is more manageable. And this week has been like, yes, we know what we're doing now.
Well, the fourth week was probably the smoothest one because we'd already done 3 weeks prior, and you actually just breezed through that part of the story.
Yeah, well, with the fourth week, I didn't understand the spellcasting because I didn't have, I had the printouts I was relying on, and then not the information that was in the book, and because of that, it wasn't as obvious what we were doing, and so I couldn't. I was trying to figure out things for myself, and I just couldn't. So I guess if you do it in the future, and we're creating our own ponies, it'll be good to have your own stat sheet that has all of the information on it, rather than some in the book and some not in the book. But it's a part of the natural learning of a new system is that we didn't know it didn't have all the stats on the character sheet until I'm like, why am I not understanding this? And you're like, well, it's not there. It's not obvious.
And the back of the GM book had a breakdown of everything on the character sheet.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the character sheet because it was missing stuff that's on the character sheet. So you had to look at both of them to get all the information.
Yeah, I suppose also that if I'd built a character, I'd know the rules a lot better and know what abilities the character has.
But as we were struggling with a new system, we went with the pre-gens.
Yeah, which is a good idea.
And next time, now that we actually have played the system, we'd have people build characters.
I guess the question is do you think you'd get enough players? Because we did struggle to have... I guess you wouldn't need 6, so that would help a lot.
It would help, and then offering people to build their own adds a lot more appeal.
Yeah, because then...
And I think also because, as you said, like Wednesdays, there's only like a select few people who can play on Wednesday. And some drop in and out quite frequently because of work, like Josh and Ross. So
it depends on which Wednesday. So it's the Wednesday D&D that struggles the most.
So it has only 2 dedicated players.
Yeah,
at this
there's
time.
only two regular players there, and 2's just not enough. 3's barely enough, but better than 2. But it is also one of the few games that those 2 players really love to be a part of. So the question would be, could they be merged, say, with one of the other D&D groups so that they don't lose their characters and their part in the campaign? And then do you run, is there enough to run a My Little Pony, or does the My Little Pony get, say, run monthly, and that kind of thing? But I guess the question is more of a case of, do you guys think that if you had the time and capacity, is it a game that you would choose to play and create characters for?
I think we would like to try it with like my own character.
Yeah.
As fun as it has been played like the pre-gen, I think it would like anything, you kind of get into it more when you're invested in your character.
Yeah.
And by playing the pre-gens, it gives you some idea of what you'd want to do yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. The
I don't
pre-gens
want this,
are.
but I want this.
Yeah, the pre-gens are good for learning and for a short-run campaign, sort of one-off or whatever.
That was why I did what was in the book as the
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah.
I would have incorporated the adventure in the GM screen, depending on how long it was. They had a free adventure that came with the online stuff, but it was a campaign outline.
Right.
So when I looked at it, it's like, would have been better to have had a here's how you play the game adventure with the rules intertwined in, instead of the one they have here. They don't say that the stats for the monsters are in the book.
Right.
And they provide stats for other monsters.
Yeah.
So you come across this name and going, they could have had a page number.
So the rule book could have been laid out better.
Especially for the adventure for first timers. And that's from someone who's run so many adventures that is almost second nature. There are things I'm just used to seeing. And while it might take up maybe an extra word or two, it would have made my life a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, just even if it's elsewhere in the book, a page number reference for it. Yeah.
But besides that, it was fun to run, and even when players weren't picking the right thing, giving them hints was also handy.
Yeah.
What about Josh?
What does Josh think of it?
It was very interesting.
Is it the kind of thing where you'd be interested in generating your own character for? Or it was fun to play for a break, but not for...
Again, it was nice for a break. In terms of creating your own character, I think it might be another one of those long kind of sitting down, trying to understand mechanics and marks and all that kind of stuff.
I kind of got an idea of how you like the mechanics and that do seem pretty straightforward.
Yeah, fairly simple.
The cutie mark, I think that just gives you a perk. So I think that
It's just trying to get my head around, I know it's easy in terms of game mechanics, I know in terms of just trying to learn again something new on top of everything that we're doing.
yeah. So you think it would probably be too much for you?
Possibly, especially if I'm gut shot tired on after an evening shift or whatever it may be from work.
Well, I don't know. You could always create your own brony, who is a bit like Flogger, dumb as anything, but a Clydesdale who could kick the crap out of people, but doesn't necessarily have to be worried about the existential crises of the world. But I do understand what you mean. I have trouble getting my head around things when I'm tired. Like, for the first hour of the game today, I couldn't focus or concentrate at all until I got my brain got past its little schism it was having. And I think that when you're feeling incredibly tired like that, it is incredibly hard to take in new information and transform it into usable data.
Especially with a new system that
Yeah.
we haven't used before.
So this is a simplified version of Transformers, G.I. Joe and Power Rangers.
Oh, okay, that's the same system.
So that was why I was using this as the learn to play one. So when I do bring in the other ones as a game, it's not as hard for me to learn and run.
Much of a market for Transformers, G.I. Joe or Power Rangers?
Depends on who's running and who wants to play.
Yeah.
If it's going to be, say, run over Christmas,
You
there'll
might
probably
get a
be
couple of
people who want to play because the other games are shutting down because people aren't available.
And they want to do one-shots maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so for occasional come in and play, even My Little Pony is like, okay, we've got 3 sessions this week playing My Little Pony. You can do 3 nights of it, or we can do it 1 a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And just like I did here, a 5-session run.
Short campaign,
Yeah, I've been meaning to come in and play from the start, just things kept cropping up at the last
Life crops up.
Yeah, if
So-
both of you use puns, you should get a point.
Before we go into too many other things, I'll put it on end credits.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's nice to actually have some talking about the game at the end.
Yeah.